So, Cheli,
Mm-hmm.
do you like telenovelas? I've been waiting for this.
Do I? Cheli,
Cheli?
very Hispanic name. Like telenovelas?
Yeah.
Do you? Yajaira? Like telenovelas? I'm going to throw the question back at you.
Yeah.
I love telenovelas. I grew up watching telenovelas.
Me too.
I'm not a soap opera girly. Never watched them. But telenovelas
Isn't
were
soap
on.
operas and telenovelas the same thing?
No, soap operas are the English versions of them. Have you ever seen an English soap opera?
I've seen like a clip of one and I was like, ew, cringe.
It's funny because it's cringe, but then you think about the telenovelas we
and
grew
their
up with.
art. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Their art.
Okay, favorite telenovela, go.
Oh my God, you want me to pick one?
Pick one that
I don't know
that
if I
is
have
very
one.
like very dramatic.
I don't know if I have one.
Diablo con los guapos.
That one was really good. But I'm like thinking like before that. Like
Okay.
I really loved Amor Real. I don't know
I don't think I ever saw that one.
It was one of those that was like old times back then, and it was like an arranged marriage, well, forced marriage, honestly. That one has a special place in my heart because I would literally like tell my mom, like she would come back home from work and I would tell her the episodes, what she missed. And I remember one time we actually got to watch one episode together, and it was one of those moments because the main character was in love with this guy before she was forced to get married with this other guy, because the guy that she was in love with was broke and the other guy was rich, right? And so there was a part where she was married to the rich guy and her old flame came back and they were like all up on each other and they were about to kiss and shit, and it ended and my mom just looked at me. It was a rare moment where we could watch an episode together and she was just like, se quedó en lo bueno.
Which, your mom saying that,
which basically means like it ended in like the good part. Yeah.
That's so funny.
It was so fucking funny. And I remember my sister sometimes, not that my sister watched telenovelas, but like there would be parts where she would watch an episode with me and I was super fucking into it. That one I was really into, and I was really into Rebelde.
Oh yes,
I was really into that one. And oh my God, there were so many, but why can't I think of their names? You give me one.
I was into Mujer de Madera.
Oh, that one was a good one.
It was so good. I love the fact that the main character, they had like problems with the actress. So what they did
oh my God.
was she fell from like a stairwell, but also into a fire, I think.
Oh my God.
And she had facial reconstruction and she was just another actress.
Yeah.
Love
they just
that
switched
shit.
her out.
I love that one. I really like La Fea Más Bella. You already know that.
My mom loves that one too.
I really like oh my God, I don't remember what it was called, but it was the one with the blind teacher.
The blind teacher.
Yeah. Cuz I loved that shit.
I don't remember that one.
Very, very good. And I feel like I'm missing one.
Oh my God. Do you remember this one? This one was honestly fucking crazy. And I saw a recap of how crazy this novela was. And like, I don't know. To think that little me was watching this is crazy. It's Mujeres. No, it's Amigas y Rivales. Which basically means friends and enemies.
That sounds familiar.
Like you're basically frenemies, pretty much. And it was just like a group of rich girls who all go through the craziest fucking shit ever. Like things that are just like, what the fuck is going on in this novela?
Isn't that hilarious though? Because when someone who doesn't watch novelas sits with you and you're like, well, they're asking like, what the hell is going on? It's like, you missed episode 1 through 500, okay? I'm not about to catch you up.
I can't catch you up. I'm so
There's
sorry.
no time.
There was this other one that I liked that was called Inocente de Ti, which I
remember that one.
You remember that one? Which I guess was like a what's it called? Not retelling. What's like when you redo something?
Yeah.
Of Maria la del Barrio? Is it that one?
Was it?
I think or Maria something. Maria de Los Angeles. I don't remember. There's a lot of Marias. A lot of Marias. So
that's amazing.
Yeah.
First of all, that we watched so many telenovelas growing up. So going into this, and seeing what it was about, I was so excited.
Mhm.
Wait, before we even start, who was your telenovela crush?
Of guys?
Yes.
Oh my god, girl. What's his name?
I have two.
Valentino? From Inocente de Ti. I thought he was so freaking handsome. Valentino Lanús? Obviously now he's aged up. So
Mine
if
was
you're gonna look him up, look at when he was younger.
mine was Sebastian Rulli.
Oh my god, I
fucking love him.
Teresa.
Mhm.
Oh my god, Ruby, you just reminded me of that one.
Oh, Ruby was so good.
Ruby was so good.
Also, these fucking openings with all the dramatics, like turn, look at me, look away.
Me in a
Es
pool.
una descarada. Like, dude,
her
that shit had me.
walking like a model, just like in her little red dress. Like,
while
yeah.
both love interests are standing right there, and she's like,
It's like, who am I gonna pick?
which one?
You'll never know.
And me as a fucking 10-year-old, like, who's she gonna fucking pick?
Do you remember? Did you ever have a moment where you were like, why the fuck would she pick that one?
Mm-hmm.
Who was it?
Well, remember Teresa?
Mm-hmm.
When the ending, apparently people didn't like it, so they had 3 different endings.
Yeah, and one of them was really fucking sad.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, hold on. So you were sad that she ended up with him?
No, I just remember being super frustrated because I was like, that's not what I wanted.
Which one did you watch?
I watched the one where...
Spoiler alert. If you're going to watch Teresa.
Where she ended up with a guy. I don't remember who he was. He was like a nobody. And
you
remember that one? And
Mm-hmm.
then I think she ends up dying in that one. Like he pushes her.
Yeah. No, doesn't she get shot?
I don't know. She has been through shit.
Yeah.
That one was a lot. I really liked how Ruby ended. You don't remember?
Justice for my girl.
You don't remember? I love that shit.
No, I
love
remember
that
how it
she was
ended.
just like, go fuck shit up, my queen.
No, I liked it too. But what I didn't like about this is not even about this book anymore. But what I liked about the ending was, yes, that she was basically training her niece and was like, you're going to go back in there and fuck things up for me, because she basically lost at the end, quote unquote. So at the end, her niece basically looks like her.
Yeah.
And then she's like going to do whatever Ruby wanted her to do. But it said to be continued. I didn't like that because they never continued it. Because they basically said, why continue it if it's basically going to be the same thing again?
That being said, because they're frustrating, but we lived through it.
Yeah.
Watched all 100 episodes of every single telenovela that was ever out.
I wish.
But then there's soap operas.
Mm-hmm.
All this drama that's in telenovelas and soap operas, do you think it can fix your life?
Yes. I think it can.
Welcome to the Book Fix Podcast, a podcast where we fix lives one book at a time.
One telenovela at a time.
Oh, dude, I'm going to be throwing in references.
Mm-hmm.
Today, we are talking...
I'm your host, Yajaira.
And I'm your host, Cheli.
I wonder if we said that in the last episode. Whatever, it doesn't matter.
I feel like us sitting on a bed kind of adds comfort to
We're
the
just so
episode.
comfortable now, so...
So it's a little... It's kind of disorienting because it just feels like I'm talking to you.
Yeah, and you guys are just here.
You're here for the show.
Can I just say... Okay, so we're talking about You Had Me at Hola by Alexis Daria. I fucking love how this book started. The way that this book started just kind of thrusted me into this, like, tabloid world, right? So basically at the start, our main character, Jasmine, is plastered all over, like, celebrity gossip with the text in bold, dumped.
Which is
Soltera.
hilarious. Hilarious, because back then when we were younger and you would go to the grocery store and you would look at all of the tabloids of the telenovela stars like caught cheating and you're like, oh my god,
did
Sebastian Rulli, come on.
He would never.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yeah, that was more of a thing when we were younger. Is that still a thing?
I don't know.
Now it's online.
Looked at tabloids. Yeah.
I think tabloids is still a thing, but I think it's mostly online now, no?
But it really hit.
It really hit. I felt like I was in it. And I also love how it was humiliating to her, obviously. But then her fucking grandma, what's her name? Esmeralda?
Yeah.
Esperanza. She had the fucking cover pinned to her fridge because she was like, you look so good on it. I'm sorry, mija. You look so good. And Jasmine is just humiliated because these tabloids are making her out to seem like she's so sad about this breakup that she had with this like rock star. He's like this playboy rock star. His name is McIntyre, I think.
It sucks because there's all of this information coming out of you know, her being sad, like you said. But actual Jasmine is like, I don't even know if I liked him at all.
Yeah.
So I hate that it
was like a short-lived fling, basically.
So then her cousins basically tell her like, you gotta overcome this shit because jefas, bosses make jefa moves. Okay, so you gotta be a jefa.
And her cousins are important because I think they're part of the series.
Okay,
the series is called Primas of Power.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and so it's Michelle and Ava.
So Michelle and Ava are telling her like, you know what? Don't think about it because you just got a leading lady role in a soap opera.
It's so basically it says, this is what it says. This is a quote from the book. It says, Screenflix, the number one streaming service in the country, had cast Jasmine in the starring role on the remake of La Patrona Carmen, a Venezuelan telenovela from the 1990s. After the popularity of American remakes of telenovelas like Ugly Betty, Jane the Virgin, and Queen of the South, Screenflix had seen the writing on the wall. Telenovelas was where it was at.
You know, just to say the difference, like I said earlier, telenovelas are popular in Hispanic countries because it's primarily just for that region, you know? But soap operas, they are, like you said, Ugly Betty and all of those. So it's like Americanized or westernized versions of other shows.
Yeah, I guess I kind of just always assumed that was just the translation in English, but I can tell that there is a difference.
Yeah.
So Jasmine is set to remain in LA, you know, because of Carmen Takes Charge or whatever it's called. And her cousins are kind of like, but you can come to New York, you know, back with us, back with your family. And she's like, no, like she has like a whole plan set out for herself, right?
And that's where they make the leading ladies rules.
Yes. So it's 1, leading ladies do not end up on tabloid covers. And Michelle, I think Michelle is the more optimistic, right? She's more optimistic, I should say. And she says, that's not true. Look at Jennifer Aniston. They put that poor lady on magazine covers for all sorts of made up shit. And Jasmine is kind of like, okay, I guess. Oh, no, it's Ava. Ava's like, can we make this more positive? Like, can we say what ladies do instead of what they don't do?
Yeah.
So they switch it up, right? They're like, okay, what if she's like, leading ladies only end up on magazine covers with good reason. And Jasmine's like, that's not really catchy, but all right. And she's like, what's the second point? Second, 2, leading ladies don't need a man to be happy. What about leading ladies are badass queens making jefa moves?
I love that one.
And what was the third one? Oh, that is the third one. Is it the third one?
Yeah. But they basically told her, like, you're going to go out here and be the best leading lady and get a lot of fame, and this is just going to blow over.
Yeah.
And by the way, you are going to be with...
Well, her agent calls her, Riley. Yeah. Riley's like, hey, girl, remember your role that's coming up? Yeah, the main guy, he got into this crazy accident, but it's okay because they already have your replacement and it's going to be Ashton Suarez. And the cousins are like, oh my God, Ashton Suarez. Apparently he's very famous for all of the roles for all the telenovelas that he's done.
Yes. So then there's like a little plan before she goes where her cousins are just like, you need to get him to come to grandma's wedding. Because grandma loves this man.
Yeah, wedding?
Not wedding, birthday. Her birthday. Grandma loves this man. So please become good friends with him and have a great time being a leading lady.
And the thing is that because of the time constraint, they don't really have time to do like a, what's it called? Chemistry read.
Yeah.
So they kind of just have to hope for the best and hope that there's chemistry between them.
But before the chemistry read, they actually crash into each other at like, I think it's like a communal food spot in where they're filming, and he's getting coffee and she, I don't think she sees him and walks up to him while he turns, right?
At this point, it's in his perspective. So, because it's kind of bounces between hers and then his. And he's kind of like thinking about like what he's going to do, you know, how he's kind of had a rough time. And he's really hoping for the best in this new role because he wants it to kind of like just grow his popularity.
And not just telenovelas, but internationally.
Yeah, and he keeps it kind of mysterious, but you can tell that he's been through something, right? He's kind of like in his own world, and he has coffee and Jasmine has coffee, and they bump into each other, and her coffee spills all over her. And it's sad because you could tell that she put a lot of thought into her outfit. Like, she had a dress, she had heels, you know, her makeup is slaying. And he's just like, oh, shit.
I like his first line to her because he's just like, hola, supongo que no te ibas a beber eso.
Which means?
Hi. I'm guessing you're not going to drink that.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, the Spanish in here got me feeling very Spanish. I fucking
Mexican?
Okay, wait. Yes. Who did you imagine? You had to have imagined a telenovela star, right?
I did, and it's the one that I said.
Do you have a picture?
Valentino Lanús, but when he was young, okay? Emphasis on when he was
I
young.
imagine Jaime Camil, but no, you know what? Yep.
Similar vibe, kind of. Jaime Camil, I fucking love Jaime Camil. But
No, but that's it.
Valentino Lanús, heartthrob. But that's who I was picturing. So who were you picturing for her? Me. I just kind of pictured me.
Someone with like curly hair, wearing a brown shirt right now. I don't know. Weird.
Who slayed her eyeliner.
If I had to think, I would imagine someone. Because how did it describe her appearance? Because I imagine that she had a darker complexion, right?
Yeah, I think she was was she? I don't remember. I'll be honest.
Because, you know.
No, she was lighter than her primas. But they were all, you know.
Who's that one? She has a very long last name. Angelica
Boya?
Yes. That's not a long last name. She had a difficult last name. The one who played Teresa.
Yeah, her.
Her.
She's married to Sebastian Rulli.
I know. I fucking love their marriage.
Yeah,
so
they're
cute.
so cute. If they ever break up, I'll be real sad. But
real sad but ready. Thank
yeah.
you.
I don't know why I was picturing Thalia.
What does Talia look like?
But young Thalia, obviously. 'Cause I actually don't know what she looks like currently. But she was in a lot of telenovelas also.
Oh, you're right.
I really loved.
That's a good one.
I fucking love Thalia. But yeah, so their first meeting is kind of cute. The fact that he just spills coffee all over her. And I thought it was so freaking funny how, well, before I get to that point, after he says that line in Spanish, she kind of like looks at him and takes a second to realize, she's like translating in her head, what did he say? And then she responds in English and she's just like, no. So it was kind of a short meeting, but she did mention that she might have come off a little cold because she's kind of like in a rush because they're going to go to this meeting. And so after that, she's like needing to figure out her outfit situation. So she finds like a assistant and
who brings her gym shorts from a local, it's like a nearby grocery place.
That was a souvenir.
Oh, it was a souvenir shop.
Yeah.
It was that and like a small size kid shirt.
That said, I heart New York. But I thought it was funny because Jasmine didn't have a lot of money on her. So she's like, here's $30. I need a whole outfit. And that was the best she could do because both of those items were on clearance. So
I fucking love that shit. And I love that she went there looking just amazing.
Dolled up.
And did an amazing job. And it was Ashton who was kind of like in his own thoughts. Right?
Yeah. And then when she showed up to the meeting, Ashton was like, wait, why didn't I offer her my coat? Why didn't I offer her anything? That's actually kind of rude of me.
Stupid. Estúpido. But I really like the part where Ashton leaned to get out of someone's way because he was making a mess. And he was like, sorry, too much caffeine. Looks at her like...
Wink, wink.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. I think it's interesting how they're both similar. So Jasmine doesn't really speak Spanish. So was it the fact that she doesn't have an accent when she speaks, when she has to play this role and she has to speak Spanish? There was something about the accent that he brought up because he's like struggling because his
I
first
think-
language is Spanish.
But I don't think she had a bad accent. I think it was the fact that she didn't know it well enough. Like,
No,
she knew what she knew.
Yeah, no,
It was
I don't
him
mean
who had an accent.
Yeah, so that's the point that I'm trying to make. So that he had an accent, and her accent was she was just Americanized, basically,
Yeah.
right? And so he kind of liked that parallel between them. But the thing is that Ashton likes Jasmine right away, but he's like, oh, she's like hot gossip right now because of
Yeah.
what's going on with the rock star boyfriend. And when he realizes that the paparazzi is kind of like all over her, he's like, I need to stay away from this girl because I can't handle that.
It makes me so sad because then he starts describing his work life and he's like, that's pretty much how I always am. Like, I don't really,
He's very to himself.
I don't interact with my coworkers. I'm nice to them. We'll act, but we don't go out to eat. We don't do any of that. So then that's kind of how he's just always been.
And it starts to affect their work though, because anytime she tries to invite him out to like a work dinner, work drinks,
He's like, no,
he's like, oh, I would love to, but I'm busy.
I'm busy with my with myself.
Yeah.
But he actually goes, where does he go again? Where does he visit? He
Puerto Rico?
He takes a plane to Puerto Rico, which is how far? How long would that take?
I don't know.
He goes over a weekend to go visit his family, and
Yeah.
that's when you figure out that there's a little boy whose name is Yadriel.
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 It's like Gabriel.
I
but
love
Yadriel.
that. I like that name a
Yeah,
lot.
it's really cute.
So Yadriel is his secret son.
His secret son.
His son.
So basically, we learn that Ashton is more to himself because he doesn't want his son to be involved in the celebrity gossip. And he keeps hinting at like something happening in his life that was crazy and dangerous. And he doesn't want to subject Yadriel to that. And so he has to kind of live this like separate life from him.
Can I mention the mom real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
So Ashton does also bring up that Yadriel is the son of a coworker that he once had. And I hated the part where he was like, so she basically gave birth and then was like, I did my Catholic duties, so you can keep them. Please give me money to fix my body.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
She was an actress. And
she paid him to stay quiet about it, so he can't talk about it.
Yeah, well, I thought she didn't want Yadriel though, and he kind of convinced her to keep him. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hated that too.
Damn, that's a telenovela within itself.
Yeah, honestly, I think that's so funny that he basically is also living a telenovela.
But he is super happy with his son, but it makes me sad because he can have no time with his son.
Yeah,
Because he's over here working in America, and it's like,
so they'll just be talking to each
Zion.
other on the phone a lot, and he'll try to update him on what's going on. But I mean, there's only so much you can tell him.
how do you feel about Yadriel being so prone to accidents?
Oh my God. It's so sad because obviously Ashton is already like always paranoid that something's going to go wrong with his son, which I get. But Yadriel getting into accidents doesn't help the situation because he's just like, oh my God, is he okay? Is he okay? I'm going to fly right over there. And then his dad will have to be like, it's okay.
He's literally fine. He
He's
fell down 3
fine.
stories, but as a child, he just stood back up.
Yeah, you know how children are.
Yeah, they're fucking so durable.
Yeah.
So he has this like very secret life, but here's Jasmine like wanting to include him because she gets really close with the whole cast.
Yeah, and again, it's really hard for her to have this chemistry with someone who doesn't want to be around her.
And they have to show chemistry in their characters because their characters. Oh, by the way, I really love in this book that when the show is being filmed, they don't use the actual characters' names. They use the name of the characters that they play in the show.
Yeah, so it'd be Carmen and
Carmen's
Vince?
ex. Vincent?
I think
Or
it's
Vicente?
I think it's,
Fernandez.
I think it's Vince, right? I could be wrong.
But it's both of these characters who he is a rock star who lost his popularity because he totally just dropped out of a concert.
Yeah, he like bailed out of a tour.
Mm-hmm. And like the way it said it was, you can feel the emotion behind what they were doing. So these two characters in the show, one of them is the rock star, which is Ashton's character, and
Vince.
And he hella wrecked his reputation because he bailed on like the world tour that he was on.
Mm-hmm.
And his ex-wife, which is played by Jasmine, which is Carmen, is trying to help him gain his popularity back by doing little things for people to trust him again.
Mm-hmm. And so she's working on his image pretty much.
But they still like each other. Yeah, that's like the show.
They're divorced.
Mm-hmm. So they film these very like intense, or not, they're not intense scenes, but you can tell that both of these characters still like each other. And Jasmine's like, you can tell that we don't have chemistry though, because we act together, but we don't speak to each other. And then it comes to them having an intimate scene. So they get like an intimacy coach.
Yeah, well, they already had one assigned to them.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the intimacy coach was interesting because I know that is a thing.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. It's just to discuss boundaries, I guess. Mm-hmm. If I understand it correctly.
But basically, they were going to kiss, and they were completely like writing down how the kiss was going to go. Mm-hmm. And I thought it was really funny that after they kissed the first time, it didn't become weird. It was just very professional, because it's like, it's not really like we're kissing. We're like, okay, and no angle. No, you need to do. And, I thought it was completely fixing it.
What I thought was hilarious was the fact that they wanted to like high five each other afterwards. Mm-hmm. They're like, okay, anytime we have to have a scene like this, we'll just high five each other.
It's like in order to get out of the scene.
Yeah.
So it's over, and it's like, what are we?
No. We're good.
We're workers.
Yeah.
So they have this kiss scene, and I think it goes well during practice, during the intimacy coach, but then when they actually film it, they keep having to refilm it. Yeah. Because it's not coming out well. And Ashton is in his trailer, and Jasmine's like, wait, you know what? I'm going to go talk to him because we need to figure something out.
Yeah. So
then she goes to his trailer, and I don't remember what happens.
I remember she texted her primas, and she was like, I just kissed Ashton like 18 times. And they were like, wow, you did that, queen. Good job. And she was like, no, it's like kissing a wall. Basically, she goes into his trailer, right? Because she wants to talk about how awkward that scene was.
Yeah.
And she's like, there's something I want to propose. And he's like, Jasmine, I don't think it's a good idea for us to. And she's like, you don't want us to run lines together? And he's like, wait, run lines? Yeah,
No, yeah, that's totally...
memorize our lines?
Jasmine's like, wait, hold on. Did you think... No, Jasmine?
No.
I mean, I'm not saying that you're not pretty. No, I'm not calling you pretty. This is like completely...
I think it's so funny because he is completely flustered, and he's like, oh, yeah. And she's like, wait, what did you think I was going to say? And he's like, oh, nothing. And he's like, and she keeps pushing, like, no, what did you think I was going to say? And she's like, wait, what? Sleep together? No, like practice kissing. Mm-hmm. Oh no, she said what? Sleep together. He said practice. He said practice kissing. So they said two completely different things.
Oh my god, so he wasn't even thinking about sleeping together.
Yeah,
it was just a practice kiss.
Nah, hilarious. I don't believe that. I think he was.
That's hilarious. I think though it just like keeps getting worse.
It just keeps getting worse, honestly. Anyway, so she says we should practice kissing because he says we should practice kissing because we did a terrible job today. No, I mean, yes, we did, but obviously that wasn't going to be my suggestion. So don't they make an agreement that they're going to basically help each other out? Mm-hmm. So he's going to help her with her Spanish also, right?
Yeah.
And they just need to like hang out a little bit more so that, they get
used to know each other.
Yeah. And get used to each other's presence. And it's not like weird when they have to kiss each other.
Mm-hmm. So then, they talk about their scene. They talk about the kiss. And I think the next time they act together, Isn't it like
oh,
amazing?
wait.
What?
She finds out his real name.
Oh yeah, his name's not Ashton because that's not a name that a Hispanic household would ever even know existed.
Ashton.
Ashton?
I was like, why is his name Ashton? So apparently his real name is Angel Luis, which is so much nicer than Ashton. No offense to all the Ashtons out there.
But you know what I hate?
What?
She never called him that.
I was literally thinking the same thing. I wish she would have called him Angel. Angel Luis when she's mad.
Shut the fuck up. Cállate. That's so cute.
It is really cute.
It.
And I don't know. So then, yeah, they're like, okay, let's practice our lines together.
So,
oh, his name's Victor.
What chapter are you on?
His name's Victor, not Vince.
Oh, okay.
Oops.
What chapter are you on?
16.
Oh my gosh. She's moving quick. I do want to mention to anyone watching us on video format, I'm sorry that by the end of this episode, Yajaira and I are just going to be taking a nap.
I thought you were going to say that we're just going to be lying down. We're just laying down.
Yeah,
sorry.
We really
We're
are.
just getting lower and lower. Let me
really
sit up.
Darn it. Now I got to sit up. Hold on.
Why? Because you don't like me being taller than you?
No, it's because I don't want them to see you looking like super professional. And I'm just like, no, yeah, that's totally great. Just like an upward angle.
You know what we should do? We should just put the camera above us. And we're just like this. Anyway.
That's amazing. Put it up there. We have different angles. Wait, hold on.
We should do that.
She's up.
Oh.
Sorry, I wanted to be close to you.
Okay.
Don't
Also,
read into that.
Okay. I already did. It's too late for that. I think it's kind of funny that Jasmine has also stayed off of social media. Do you think you would have that much self-control?
I feel like you need to if you're famous, right?
But not everybody does.
No, not everybody does, but I feel she's been an actress. Like she was an actress in like a small show as like a reoccurring character. I don't know if she got social media training, but like she knows. Like she knows that she shouldn't.
Yeah, because ever since she broke up with McIntyre, she's been off all of social media. And she'll ask her primas like, hey, can I get back on Twitter? And they're like, nope. Don't do it. But when did shit hit the fan? Like, when does it like go awry? Do you remember? Weren't they like starting to become friends, and then like a paparazzi showed up or something, and he's just like,
they were at the grocery store and a paparazzi took a picture of them because they were dancing.
Wasn't it just some random person took a picture of them and then they posted it online? And
Who does that?
He started panicking because he was like, oh my god, now everyone's gonna think that I'm dating her and I'm not even like her.
Oh, by the way, they're 8 years apart from each other. How do you feel about that?
Oh yeah, he's way older than her. I think it's fine because isn't she like 24? I think it's fine.
You know,
if she was like 18, then I would have a problem with that.
Because they are getting closer. So that picture happens, and then even though it happened, he still goes to visit her at her place, and they were gonna eat together. And then you hear someone go like, Jasmine, we're here. And he's thinking to himself like, oh my gosh, she totally told someone. She brought paparazzi. She did this. And he's like, who is that? It's like, oh, it's just my cousins. And he's like, ay Dios, even worse.
I thought that was so funny. He knows. He knows how primas are.
They eat pizza with him and they all practice the lines together. Yeah. He's so sweet.
But the reason why the prima showed up was because Jasmine had texted them like, oh my god, like something's happening, you know, between her and Ashton. And the prima showed up because they're like, no. Remember what we said? We made a list. You don't need a man or whatever the because they switched it, I think, but whatever.
Yeah. So after that, I think their acting is doing well. I don't know where the first progression in their romance starts. I do remember the first time they kissed, but there was a lot of lead up to that because they would hang out often. Yeah,
they started to hang out a lot, and when they did karaoke together, that part was really cute.
That was when it happened, though. this shift in their friendship.
Oh yeah, because then they left early together, right?
Because I think it was a coworker who was like, "Do you two like? Are you something?"
Yeah.
And I don't think they deny. Well, they do deny it, but then there's like a change in mood between them.
Mm-hmm.
So then, she says, "I'm gonna go home," and they make like eye contact, I think, and there's like an unspoken agreement, and he goes home with her.
Mm-hmm.
And so then they're just in the car, and it's like not being said. Nothing is being said between them. But she gets off, and then he gets off too. And instead of going to his floor, he follows her to her floor.
Yeah, and then shit happens.
Dude.
I thought it was kind of interesting how he was like, oh my God. Because I'm just putting myself in her shoes, right?
Mhm.
Where he's like, I can't have sex with you. Like, I can't penetrate you. But we could do other stuff if you want. And she was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
It's only weird to me because, I don't know. Like, I guess because he's older.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if I were in her position, I'd be kind of thrown off by that. Where I'd be like, wait, what?
Why?
I thought we were going to just fucking do it and
I kind of
never see each other again.
He would have said it before they even kissed.
Yeah.
Because it was weird that it was at the moment.
When it was like in the heat of the moment. He was like, wait, it's getting too hot.
It was so intense though. It happened so fast.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't mind. I thought it made sense for both of them because there was just so much tension between them.
Mm-hmm. It was just building. So how did you feel about them at this point?
I liked them.
Yeah.
I thought they were a cute couple. I knew it wasn't a relationship at this point, and I knew it was gonna hurt later. So I was just like, okay, they're messing around. I like that he didn't leave.
Yeah.
That he stayed.
He wanted to leave, right? But she was like, oh,
she was getting ready.
Sleep over.
And he didn't say no. He was like, yeah. Oh, thank God. He's like, just gets back in bed.
Because it was her place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't think they ever went to his place. Because he has like 5,000 pictures of Yadriel and like a huge portrait
it's
of
a
him.
family portrait, just him and Yadriel.
I don't know. My room just came like this. Someone photoshopped that.
It's a stock image.
Weird.
Don't ask questions.
Yeah, it was one of my old jobs.
Yeah.
Really sweet kid with good friends.
But yeah, they have sex and she's into him.
Mm-hmm.
She's very obviously into him. And it's so funny because her primas are like, this is so like you. This is so like you.
But she doesn't tell them immediately.
No, I know, but they had already warned her.
Yeah.
Like, we know how you are, Jasmine. You fall too fast.
It was so funny though, because when she does mention having sex with him to them, it's not until they've had sex multiple times.
Yeah.
And they're like, you didn't tell us the first?
Yeah. I would be offended too. But what are they? Are they just like friends with Benny's? Co-workers with Benny's?
I think they both misread the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Because with him, he's like, yes, I really like her, but it's never going to be anything because of Yadriel. But then I love the fact that anytime they're talking, when it's not just sex and they're just talking about themselves, he's always like, I just want to tell her. Not because like I'm hiding anything. It's just she's someone who I want to tell things to.
Yeah. Because,
Really
I mean, they're
sweet.
friends at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. He doesn't tell her about Yadriel, which I thought was really weird.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, if she's your friend, you can at least like inform her a little bit.
Yeah, but then you also have to think about like put yourself in that position where the friend that we're talking about is let's say one of your coworkers you're really close to.
Mm.
Although you know them really, really well, if you've only worked together for 6 months, do you tell someone something that you were paid not to tell anyone?
I guess that's, but the thing is that he likes her though.
Yeah.
It's not like just
It's not like I like my coworker.
I don't like my coworkers like that. But I don't know. I guess to me, I feel like this could have been easily resolved, you know? And it kind of just felt like it dragged on a little bit. And he did actually tell her that somebody broke into his place.
And that's why he doesn't like paparazzis, because of that.
Yeah, but
moment.
he forgot to mention that they had tried to harm his son.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he stays separate from Yadriel, just to keep him safe, just in case someone gets too obsessed over him.
But isn't it's like cute because although he hates paparazzis, he goes to a paparazzi event with her just because he wanted to go and support her.
Yeah.
And then when he hates it the whole time, and when he leaves, that's when he tells her about the break-in. And she was like, you didn't have to go with me. And he's like, yeah, but you wanted to go.
Yeah.
So of course I'm gonna go with you.
So he's a supportive friend.
Angel Luis is so sweet. I hate Ashton is such a weird name.
Yeah.
For him.
They should have just called him Angel. Wasn't it the person who released that image of them at the grocery store? Wasn't it that reporter that's always talking shit about Jasmine? And even to the point where Jasmine like sees her name and she's like, ugh, of course it would be her.
For what?
That girl who's always making like...
Oh, doesn't that reporter also look like her?
Something like that, no?
Right? It's like a weird thing. But this reporter is like talking shit about her. And
or just outing her dirty laundry.
And she does post the picture, right?
I think she did, because then she posted another article that was like, oh, what are they? Are they together? Kind of thing, right?
I do want to say before you go too much into it, before that happens, they do have sex for the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's in front of the mirror, right? It's like that whole thing.
Like actual, like full on sex, yeah.
And then I think that's where it becomes, that's why it hurts so much when that article comes out, because they get really, really into it. I think it's funny that as soon as he finishes, he's just like, yeah, me voy. Yeah, and she's like, what? And he's like, let's be honest, Jasmine, if I stay, we're not going to sleep. And we work tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then that's when the article comes out that like, oh my God, are they together? And Ashton gets really weird about it.
Yeah, like, I don't like how he is in that part. Basically, ya me voy is, I gotta go. Or I'm leaving.
By the way, after they have sex, he writes a letter to her and just writes, Jazz, early flight to PR, didn't want to wake you. Thank you for ... everything. XO Ash. And then that's where he's at this point. This is before the article. At this point, he's like, I can't do more with her. Like I have to be done, because we're at the point where it's
too real. The emotions are too high.
Yep. So he's gone to visit his family.
Because when was it that Yadriel like got injured again? Was it at this point?
Yes.
And so he went to go see him because he was really worried about him. And his dad was like, yeah, Yadriel is fine. He's fine. He recovers really quickly.
His name is Yadiel. Yadiel.
Oh, Yadiel. Why did I think it was Yadriel?
Because that's also a name. He was getting scared because he wanted to be honest with her. How do you feel?
But then wasn't Yadiel like, Dad, when are you going to take me over there?
I just want to play Minecraft with the big boys out there.
Yeah.
Let me play Minecraft. I thought it was cute. I thought it was cute that he wanted to go, but also very unlike Ashton to just take him.
I thought he would have been a little bit more, I don't know, apprehensive
and cautious with the way he did things.
Yeah,
but he wasn't. So
oh my God! And then wasn't it like the producer or I forgot who it was, but somebody was like at his work, you have a son? Oh, wait, you have a child?
Oh my gosh, I remembered what it was. So even though that article was released that Ashton and Jasmine might have a relationship, that wasn't the thing that gave him the ick or the
no. Well, he was still like panicking about it, but everything was fine because the producer was like, it's fine. Like, don't you want people to think you're together? That means your chemistry is amazing. Yeah. And she was like, I don't even care if you guys are together. Like, how do you want to approach this? I mean, we could just deny. And they did deny.
So then it wasn't until the article released about his son, which is funny because it's just a tabloid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when that released, he was completely like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I can't believe this is out. And she's over here like, you fucking didn't tell me. And then he turns on her, right? He's like, it's because you have a lot of things going on that they started looking into me.
Yeah. He gets really upset with her.
And then she was like, well, you didn't even fucking tell me. We were together and you didn't tell me. And then
we weren't together.
Excuse me?
Doesn't he say something really mean? There was a line that he said, and I can't remember what it was, but I was like, God damn.
Something about relevancy.
Oh my God.
Right?
I can't remember the order of everything that happened, but she gets so upset with him that she's like, I don't even care if Godman in Charts gets renewed. I'm not coming back. Like, I'm fucking leaving.
And she tells this to her cousins, and her cousins are like,
yeah.
What do you mean I don't like Ashton?
But even Ashton is like upset with her because it's ruining his chances of, you know, fulfilling the dream of him becoming, you know, a worldwide success.
So I'm gonna paint a little picture here. So it was with the whole person that goes up to him at work, like, ¿Tienes hijo? You have a son? He doesn't deny it, because why would he deny such a beautiful boy?
Yeah.
And I made a joke with you right now that it would have been funny if he's just like, no, I don't, me? It's like, well, what's your wallpaper? It's a stock image, Karen. Like, please.
And you know what? That's such an interesting point. What the hell is his wallpaper this whole time? Is it not his son?
Well, okay,
what is his wallpaper?
As a parent.
You're not a parent.
As a parent.
You're not a parent.
After dealing with your kids 24/7, do you really want to see them even more?
Yeah.
No.
You want to see
all
them?
the parents come for me.
Actually, I have no idea because I'm not a parent either, but I would assume that from the parents that I know, most of them have their children as their wallpaper.
Yeah. I mean,
not even their partner.
You have your
my fiance as a baby.
No, but before you used to have
I had my niece, yeah.
Which she's so cute.
She's so cute. Oh my God. She was at the beach and apparently she wanted to get buried. I don't know why. My sister sent us a picture of her just buried in the sand and with her head out, obviously. And she was like, she wanted this. Okay, trust me. And I believe because she's crazy.
She's so funny. That's cute.
But yeah, so basically his coworker, his producer, whoever it was like, you have a son? And he's like, yeah, and I love him. I'd give my life for him. Yeah, next question.
You're not my son, so I don't even have to fucking talk to you.
Yeah.
But everyone knows, and he's hella avoiding Jasmine.
Yeah.
So it's not until
wasn't he already avoiding her a little bit? Because he was like...
a little bit, but then... No, because he avoided her for a bit, but then kept messing around with her. And there was a point where she was like, what do you want? And he says, I want you, but he thinks I need you. So it wasn't until this where it was completely like cut off. It's not until Jasmine like corners him and is like, we need to talk. Like we need to figure something out. And they talk about the son and he's like, yeah, I have a son, but you know, that's none of your concern.
But she's like upset that he's been keeping this from her because obviously, like, come on, like, imagine you find this out through the tabloids. That's so embarrassing. Like, you've been sleeping with this guy and you didn't even know he had a child.
Yep.
And so he kind of like turns it around on her and is like, well, I mean, you're the one who has all this paparazzi following you all over the place, you know, and that's why they like my business is aired out.
So it gets even worse because then he just starts ignoring it. He's like, okay, whatever. I'm going to go with my family. I'll see you when season 2 starts. And she's like, I'm not coming back for season 2.
Yeah.
And he's already angry because I think at this point, his son got hurt. Again.
He's prone
all
to
of this is going on. And Jasmine is over here saying she's not going to come back. So then he looks at her and says, I cannot believe you're sabotaging me this way. And she's like, excuse me? And then he's like, don't you know that this is one of the biggest shows and the biggest thing for me and you're ruining it? And she's like, fuck you. Like, how fucking dare you? Like, you're the one who had a fucking secret ass son who we should have known because he was your wallpaper. I knew it wasn't a stock image. But
I kind of got the ick from Ashton at this point Because I just felt like, why is this guy just turning it around on her and making it her problem?
Mm-hmm.
What? I'm sorry, weren't you guys just friends with Benny's?
And
Apparently not.
I think he tries pushing that too. He's just like, why would I tell you? And she's like, you're acting like I'm a random person.
Yeah.
Like, we had a whole thing. You can't just say, or you can't just ask me why I wanted to know about your son.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I totally get where she's coming from.
Yeah, I think she had a right to know that the person that she was sleeping with has a child.
Mm-hmm.
And especially because, like, obviously things were progressing between them. It's obvious that they both like each other.
And him saying, and with the way the press is always on your ass, can you blame me for not wanting to reveal anything?
Well, I'm sorry that she's just more famous than you are. Excuse me. I don't think she was mean enough. I feel like she could have been a little bit mean back to him.
She ends their talk by saying, I sometimes think I never asked for it, but the truth is, the second I signed the contract to be on television, I made the deal with the public. They would get a part of me in exchange for knowing my face and connecting with the characters I play. And so did you. You can't have it both ways, Ashton. You can't be a public figure and have a complete private life. You think the actors who make it to the Oscars have privacy? Don't be naive. And then he was like, I was doing pretty well before I met you.
That bitch. I feel like she's right, though. I mean, you kind of have to compromise your privacy if you really want to be big, you know?
And then while that's happening, they're both glaring at each other. His phone rings. It's like a song dedicated to the Yadiel. Hola, ¿qué pasa? What's happening? Oh my God, my son fell for the 50th time today.
Actually, no, nothing happened to him, right?
Yeah, he broke his collarbone.
Oh, damn.
Because he fell. Thinking about Minecraft, as kids do.
Ay, Yadiel.
I like how that was the only thing we knew about Yadiel. He liked Minecraft and he was a secret child.
Sorry, I don't think I need to know anything else about him. It literally tells me everything I need to know.
Also, Ashton said we don't need to know, so I'm going to respect his wishes.
And therefore, I honestly forget that he has a son out of respect.
And then he tells Jasmine, don't you see?
Yeah, I see.
Sorry. Don't you see? I don't have time for this. He waved a hand, gesturing at both of them.
For this.
Any of it. I don't have time for this.
She's making a heart.
Any of it. I should have been with my family. If I had guilt stabbed at him. My family and my career are the most important things in my life. And now you've managed to sabotage both. I'm sorry, Jasmine. I just don't have room for you.
That was the really...
Estos celos me hace... And he leaves on the caballo he was on the whole time.
He was not on a caballo. I just feel like he's so mean. Like, all this because she found out that you have a son.
Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Okay. This is what I was waiting for.
Please say something. Anything.
What I hate about men.
And the list is long. The list is fucking long, so we could be here all day.
They're gonna come for me. We're only watched by women. We're safe here. So, shout out to the boys out there.
Shout out to the small percentage of men who watch this. And I'm sorry, but if it doesn't apply to you, please don't get mad.
What I hate about sometimes men in relationships, I should just say boys, because one thing
this
that
36-year-old, whatever he is,
one thing that seems to be an issue is men's fear of commitment.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of men who are like, my feelings are too strong.
I don't know how to process that.
Oh my God. I was about to say the same exact thing because everyone says it. Every man had the same. Did they all?
They're just copy.
You remember
and paste.
Do you remember in 4th grade when girls get pulled out of the classroom to learn how to put on a pad?
Yeah.
Is that what they did with the boys?
They just pulled them out and they were like, feelings too strong.
Guys, we're going to talk about commitment. And they're just like that. So I fucking hate that that's the plot point. Because that's what he was scared of.
Yeah.
He was scared of commitment.
He was scared of his feelings.
And for him to take that out on her, I do kind of feel for him when he was just like, literally, look at my life. I'm so sorry. Which he should have said sorry. But he's like, I'm so sorry, but I can't even handle this right now.
Yeah.
But instead of saying that, he was like, look at my life. You sabotaged it, bitch. And then leaves.
Yeah, he was just definitely projecting his fears onto her, because I do believe that he was also scared of, you know, having someone else who's obsessed with him, stalking him, hurting his son, ruining his family. I do believe that, but I just wish that he would have gone about it in a different way. And it doesn't make sense to me why he would blame Jasmine. You're the one who's getting involved with her. If you really want a normal, quiet life, then you would go for someone who's not famous.
And she made a good point by saying that.
Yeah.
Like, you signed a contract. You gave up your privacy. You can't expect to just keep it.
Exactly. And I just feel like I agree with Cheli, where it doesn't make sense why all these guys IRL too, who are just like so terrified of committing to someone. And also, like, what do you think is going to happen?
Yep.
Like, what's going to go wrong that's going to ruin your life?
He already has the commitment of a son, so I would have thought that he was a little more mature.
Yeah, and also he's older.
But they spend time apart, and I don't know when they switch. I think for him, I think it's after talking.
He talks to his dad, no?
Right, yeah.
And his dad's like, dude, we're good. We're fine. We actually don't need you here, really. And honestly, can you just take Yadiel now? I'm kind of tired.
Yeah, I'm old. You're old. I'm old. So, and Yadiel also, we didn't mention, he wants to live in New York.
With his dad, yeah.
So this is the perfect moment. And then he's over here like, but I feel like I fucked up. So, back to Jasmine. She's done with the show.
Yeah.
And she is at her grandma's birthday.
Oh my God, wait. I just remembered something. No, we're doing good. Yes, she's at her grandma's birthday. And when she basically tells her primas everything that happened, doesn't one of her primas side with Ashton? And she's like, wait, but like, see it from his perspective though. Like, see from his perspective. You don't have a son. So how do you know how you would feel in his situation?
But the thing is, if these were normal people, I think maybe I could understand that argument. But he's a celebrity.
Yeah.
So it just feels very like
empty.
But
and then also, like, why are you so quick to side with him? Like, you know, I don't know.
I'm literally your cousin.
Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of felt like that part gave me the ick. I don't understand why you would side with him. Maybe if you had met him, well, she did meet him, but like hung out with him a little bit more, then maybe. But it's not like they formed a meaningful bond.
But they're over here at Abuela's party.
Esperanza?
Fucking blasting Vicente Fernandez.
Blasting el sonidito. You just see grandma just like getting down.
Shit. So yeah, grandma's fucking twerking on the wall. And the puertas to the backyard open. Because they
swing open.
Yeah, they swing open. And just smoke, white smoke. And you just hear everyone go, it's el matador, el diablo más sexy, el duque de amor. And then Jasmine's like, Ashton.
Because that's all the roles that he's played in his life. There's more.
Is that? And then bilingual queen. Tú? Dude. It's him. It's him.
He showed up to the birthday party. He remembered. I did think that was cute. I kind of had a feeling that that's what was going to happen. I fucking knew it. I was like, they're going to fight, and then he's going to show up at the birthday party.
I thought it was funny.
And he did.
I thought it was funny when he goes up to the grandma and is like, may I have this dance? He asked in Spanish. It's like, this book has been writing in Spanish. Why didn't they just... Okay. But,
yeah, I don't get that part either. Maybe she forgot.
And they salsa together.
They start twerking on the walls together.
May I join you?
And she's twerking right next to her.
You have a beautiful granddaughter.
I may have fucked up. Please help.
Can't hear you twerking too hard. So, Ashton.
Oh my God. I feel like, this was the moment that she was like, wow, what does this mean?
Yeah.
Is he like in love with me maybe?
And they go up to each other, and then he's like, no, she says, we need to talk. And they make like a comment like, this might be a press thing if we walk away together.
Mm-hmm.
But he's like, no, I've let her go once. I have to be willing to give my heart out right now. So he follows Jasmine. And she's like, first of all, love that you twerked with my grandma.
Thank you for that.
Thank you. It
Shout
was
out.
a really hard 30 minutes to watch, but I'm just so glad you were there.
Mm-hmm.
And he just mentions, like, says it. It's like, do you think you can date a guy who has a kid, beautiful son, that works at a stock image company? Do you think you could date someone like that? And she just says, of course I could. Good.
Let me think about it.
Anyone I get involved with, it's not just me. I'm a package deal. And then he says, Jasmine, te amo.
Wow.
Are you?
And then what happened?
Wait, hold on.
I don't remember what happened after that.
Are you not feeling this book anymore?
No,
Are you not? Or-
No, I did like this book.
Okay.
But I feel like there was a couple of moments where it gave me the ick.
And it's just that fight happened.
And the fight happened, yeah.
Right,
and
because
I feel
then-
like discussing it with you, I'm like, damn. That did give me the ick.
Yeah, it was a bad fight.
Yeah.
But they love each other. Turns out they mesh together so well. Yadiel really likes Jasmine. And Carmen gets a season 2.
Yay.
What song would be this telenovela? This book. What telenovela song? The one that plays.
Es en un secreto de amor. Secreto.
Oh! And grandma's just in the back twerking.
Yeah, that one.
Dude, it would have been funny if at the point of the fight, when Jasmine was like, I don't get it. I just, I love him. What do I do? And you hear the Rosa de Guadalupe. The rose pops up.
Oh my God.
That shit should have happened.
It should have happened.
I would've-
But instead of a rosa, it's him in white.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Love that. So
yeah, it basically wraps up pretty quickly, right?
Yes.
The way that, I don't know. This is kind of just like a trope thing, right? Like it just wraps up. They break up 80% in. Feels like they're never going to get back together. They get back together. Done. Roll the credits.
I thought overall this story was really cute.
Mm-hmm.
Their relationship didn't have enough substance for it to look deep.
Yeah.
Right?
But I felt like how do I say this? I thought they were really cute together.
Mm-hmm.
And I like this idea of, 2 telenovela stars or whatever, 2 actors falling in love with each other. But I feel like that's common, right? It feels like it would be common. And him having this secret that he doesn't want to tell her because she's just so famous. But I just kind of wish that he wasn't such an asshole to her when the problem arose.
Yeah, because although he apologized, he didn't apologize specifically for that.
Yeah, or for what he said.
Mm-hmm.
But I did like that when they did make up, he was like, you know what? If you don't want to do Carmen in charge, it's okay with me. Like, you know what? I want you to do whatever will make you happy. And she was like, it did make me happy. And I want to do it again. And I think when they were making up, that's when Riley, her agent, called and was like, there's going to be a season 2, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Get ready.
Yep. And they lived happily ever after. And Yadiel still gets hurt every single day.
Oh my God, that kid was so prone to accident.
Every bone in his body by the epilogue.
I think because he just has a lot of energy. A lot of vibes.
Yeah. Overall, I really, really liked this book.
Yeah.
When I finished reading it, I was hella feeling it. I was like I said, I really like telenovelas.
Mm-hmm.
So this just has a really special place in my heart. I don't remember what I rated it. Because if I were to rate it right now, after talking about that fight, I think I would give it a 3.
A 3?
And that's what I rated it.
I'm conflicted because I actually really loved it when I finished it. Obviously, I still got the ick after that whole thing happened. But talking about it with you, I'm like, damn, that really did bother me.
Because it's the whole commitment thing. It
Yeah.
seems like a lame thing to get mad at and blame on her.
And also, he's older. You would think that he would be more mature, but he's really not. I feel like I would have given it a 4 originally. But sitting with it more, I think I would be the same way where I would give it a 3. Which makes me really upset because I feel like I love this idea. And I would read the rest of the series.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I wish he was written a little bit better.
Yeah, and I really wish that they would have called him Angel Luis.
I know. It needed that, for them to have that moment with each other.
I would have liked if it was something they kept between themselves, but then when they like saw each other in public at the end, like Angel Luis, and they're like, "Who the fuck's that?
Who's Uncle? You mean Ash?
Ashty? My boy?
Ashy?
the one twerking on the wall right now?" I feel like I'd recommend this book. I think I was about to recommend it when I finished reading it.
Really?
Yeah, I was gonna recommend it to my friend Jessica. Shout out.
Yeah, I really like this book. I feel like I would still recommend it too. I would just be like, you know what? Ignore that part. You know which part.
I get it. Vibes. How'd you feel about the spice?
I don't really remember it.
I don't either because I skipped a lot of the spice.
You did?
Yeah, not because I didn't want to read it, but because we were on a time crunch and it didn't really feel like I could just go throughout the whole story with just skipping those parts.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I did skim it, but I was just like,
You were like, wow.
Whatever. The only one I really read was their first kiss. That was the one I read. Where he had the whole like, I'm not gonna penetrate. Is that fine?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But to anyone who's watching, I love that we start sitting and then we lean back. I'm like looking into your eyes right now.
This feels very...
Will they, won't they?
If you didn't see our last episode, our setup changed a little bit because...
And also, to anyone watching this episode and hearing the audio drop mid-episode, we're just lost in each other's eyes. Like, there's no other excuse except that.
Also, the battery died, but yeah.
Can I say something too? I can smell that pickle.
I can smell it too, dude.
I'll get it out of the room later.
We ate a pickle in the last episode. Oh my God. If they don't hear every episode, they're just like, what fucking pickle?
What are they talking about? Grandma still twerking on the wall. The pickle's still here.
The chamoy pickle.
It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
To everyone listening, thank you so much. If you are listening to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, or anywhere you get your podcasts on, thank you. If you can leave a rating of 5 stars. It literally takes a second. Oh, that's so cute.
Oh, sorry.
It literally takes a second. And you could have done it by now. So just give us 5 stars because it really, really helps. And to everyone who's already done it, thank you so much. If you want to leave a review and recommend us any other book, that would be amazing. We really listen to people who give us recommendations.
Yeah.
If you want to support us and they have a little bit of money, what can they do?
So we do have a Patreon, and at the moment it really just serves as a way for our listeners to let us know that you really enjoy our content. You can find us on patreon.com/bookfix. But if you don't want the commitment of monthly, you can find us on Ko-fi, which is ko-fi.com/thebookfix, or buymeacoffee.com/thebookfix.
If you want to watch us on YouTube, or if you are watching us on YouTube, thank you. If you can like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because we post every Tuesday and Thursday. Also, if you can just check our YouTube shorts, our YouTube reels.
Yeah. Shorts.
Shorts. Hello. I'm putting everything together. Our YouTube shorts, because they're doing so
much better than before.
Yeah. It's nice that they're getting recognition. And some people are so sweet out there. If you want to support us on social media, we have an Instagram and Threads at the Bookfix Pod, THEBOOKFIXPOD. We have a TikTok at the Bookfix, THEBOOKFIX. And we also have a Goodreads, which they can follow at the Bookfix, THEBOOKFIX.
Out of everything, please follow our Goodreads.
It's popping over there. Literally.
It's fucking crickets.
You remember that meme where someone's performing at a concert and they're doing like a sound check, but someone's performing at a concert and it's just 3 guys in the back jumping.
Oh yeah. Well, no, it's just a guy in a balcony and he's just jumping.
You're right.
Or he's like doing something and he has 3 people down there just like jumping.
He's DJing and they're dancing. Yes, same vibes.
Except we don't have 3 people.
It's just us DJing and no one's out there.
And no one's out there, which is really sad.
I know, but there's something kind of comforting.
Yeah. We could literally say anything.
But if we had 3, that would exceed our expectations.
Yeah. So why don't we read a review? Do you want to read the positive one or the negative one?
I'll read the negative.
This is written by Syl, the Book Voyagers. They gave it 5 out of 5 and they wrote, I finished this in less than a day. You Had Me at Hola is one book you definitely have to pick up. It's the book of the year. Alexis Daria writes a magnificent romance that intensifies... Why'd you look at me like that? You're like, book of the year? Wait.
I just looked at you. I can't look at you.
No, just kidding. Okay, continuing. Alexis Daria writes a magnificent romance that intensifies slowly with moments, communication, and emotional support. This title took my attention and heart quickly, introducing Jasmine, soap opera darling, who just got dumped publicly via a magazine. She's everywhere. Her face is on every single cover, but not in a good way. All is ready to start, yet she is told that her love interest has been changed and is none other than Ashton Suarez. Okay. This book is a hug to the Latinx community and its culture. The times I said, oh my God, I do this. My grandma totally tells me this when I visit, etc. is unreal. I identified so hard with the characters and the story in this novel, and I think every Latinx reader will too. The food, the Spanish, so much Spanish, and it's not italicized. Jasmine doesn't really know how to speak Spanish fluently, while Ashton does and speaks it with his family. This book was a wonderful experience that completely filled me with joy and happiness.
Okay. Polar opposite.
Oh.
This comes from
Opposites do attract, I just want to say.
Oh, what are we? Okay. This comes from Nyla, who gave it a 1 out of 5 and said, despite some of the main characters being a little immature for my liking and all the cringy things they said and did, the writing was just a little off for me. Also, the way things would happen throughout the book, but not described in detail, just kept throwing me off. I just felt like I couldn't sympathize and feel for the characters at all. I didn't feel excited or happy or shocked or sad for any event that took place. I really wanted to like this book. Overall, I gained and felt nothing from reading this. I just wanted to feel some love through the fictional characters. Is that too much to ask? Thank you so much for listening, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Dude. Oh, go ahead. You're ready to leave.
No. Okay, the video might cut, but we can keep going with the audio. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say that filming on the bed
has changed my life.
It really has. I like leaning, but I feel like people are gonna read too much into how we lose each other in our eyes.
How I just stare at your eyes and nobody else.
And it's so funny because I try not to show my side profile, but because you're right there, I'm like, hey.
Why don't you want to show your side profile?
I want to look at the camera because you do a really good job looking at it. And I'm just like,
I don't think
I'm just like, no way. That's crazy. They look at the back of my head.
Shelly just turned her whole body towards me.
It's crazy.
I feel like I haven't looked at the camera at all since we've been on this bed. I'm just too comfortable.
Should we check how it looks? I
No.
feel like we should. I feel like we should.
I think we look great.
Okay, I believe you.